Jade Potter with Milk+Honey Lactation Services. I am a registered nurse and an internationally board-certified lactation consultant. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about using a syringe and tubing for a feeding with your baby. There are many reasons that we would use this method, the most of which being a baby that has a bottle preference. So you're trying to work your way back to the breast. One of the best ways to start is starting with a syringe and tubing. The reason that I don't go straight to an SNS is because a lot of times babies with a bottle preference, it's actually a flow preference. So in addition to slowing down the flow that comes from the bottle with paced feeding and a slow flow nipple, the other thing I want to do is when the baby gets to the breast, I want the baby to get automatic feedback. And not only that, because they're used to that really fast flow, sometimes even the SNS isn't going to be enough for them because they still have to work to pull that milk out of the SNS. So a syringe and tubing, what it does is we can control the flow by using the syringe. We can push the milk as they're drinking. And so eventually over time, we'll back off of that, using that pressure to keep the milk flowing as fast as the bottle. So as we slow down the flow of the bottle, and then eventually we slow down the flow of the syringe and tubing at the breast, the baby will start going to the breast and accepting the breast much better than they would if we, didn't do this. So I'm going to show you how to set that up. So things that you're going to need, you'll need a syringe. You'll need whatever you are supplementing with, either formula or pumped breast milk. And then you're going to need a 4 or 5 French feeding tube, just like this. Now, you can get these supplies online or from your local lactation consultant. Usually they'll carry something like this. So I'm going to start with, there are 2 little holes in the end of this feeding tube. To me, that makes it kind of hard to get it all the way in the baby's mouth. So usually what I do is I just take some scissors and I clip the end so that way the milk will just come straight out of the end. Because we don't really want a whole bunch of the tubing in the baby's mouth. Sometimes they don't really like that, and so they'll back off. And so our goal is to make this as comfortable as a process as possible for your baby. So the next thing we're going to do is connect, or we're not going to connect that yet. Sorry. So I already shook up this formula, and I'm just going to put some in the bottom of this little thing here. Put the lid back on. All right. So this is a 30 ml syringe. That's 1 ounce. And I'm just going to draw the supplement up in the syringe. I didn't get quite 30 mLs, but that's okay, 20 mLs. And then I'm going to connect this to the tubing and then put the end of it down. Put the end of it down in my bottle here. And then I'm going to prime my tubing. So I'm just placing a little pressure on the plunger of the syringe and pushing the formula through to the end of the tubing, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is I've got a little piece of masking tape here. If you have medical tape, that works great. I prefer paper tape over the plastic kind, but I just make a little piece of tape here, place it close to the end, but far enough back that it's not going to get in the way of the baby. Sorry, my little one is sleeping right now, but it sounds like he's having dreams. So far enough back that it's not going to interfere with the baby's latch, okay? And then we're going to place the tube next to the nipple here. This tape sticks to real skin better than my fake boob. And then that way we can press the tube, and do you see how it's dripping there? And so that way the baby gets automatic feedback. Now, if your baby seems to go to the breast okay without extra pressure, by all means use an SNS. But if an SNS has failed for you and you're still trying to get baby back to the breast, this is a great way that we can provide a little higher flow than the breast alone and then back off of it over time. You can also use a nipple shield if you guys are using a nipple shield. So you're going to, obviously, you won't be holding your breast at the same time because your breast just is attached to your body, but we can invert the nipple shield. Now, just so you know, this nipple shield does not fit the size nipple on my model. This is just for tutorial purposes only. I will post a different video showing you how to size yourself for a nipple shield and breast flanges for your pump, but that will be in a different video. So I've got my nipple shield here. I am placing it over. And so that way we've got the tubing inside of the nipple shield, okay? You can also prime this nipple shield. So see how it's filling up? So as soon as the baby gets onto the breast, the baby starts drinking and gets automatic feedback. So this way you're supplementing your baby at the breast so that your breast is also getting stimulation at the same time. And hopefully if the baby has a really good latch and is moving milk, you know, your breast can be drained as well as the supplement. And then over time, you'll back off on that. It's best to use this method if you're also working with an IBCLC. The point of my video is basically just to show you how it works in case you guys did it in the office and then you needed a little reminder of how to set it all up once you got home. I really hope this helps. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below and go ahead and follow me because I'm going to be posting a lot more tutorials to help with breastfeeding problems. Have a good day.